Hello everyone, this is Women TV UK and I'm Sushma. Today we have a very inspirational woman on our sets. She is Shreya Sen. Shreya is currently working on an opera for the Welsh National Opera, a British institution headed by Prince Charles. She's written an award-winning book in 2017, Memoirs of My Body. She's got 2 more books coming out. One is collection of short stories and the other one is a travelogue, and that both are published by HarperCollins, and they're going to be published in, I think, one is coming this year and the other one is coming next year, and watch out for these 2. She's an amazing writer.
Thank you.
She has also worked as a journalist and TV producer for international channels like CNBC and MTV, and today she's here to share her story, life and experience with us. So we do welcome her from bottom of our heart, and we are really, really honored to have you, Shreya.
Thank you.
Welcome to
Thank
Women
you for
TV
inviting
UK.
me.
My first question would be, I would like to know how your journey as a writer began. Was this something you always wanted to do, or this is something which just you thought of doing it in between, because you were doing journalism and you have to work with.
I think some things are genetic. So my family has had a lot of writers.
Wow.
My great-grandfather, Ramananda Chatterjee, had the first English language magazine, ran the first one and edited the first one in India.
Yeah.
So he's sometimes called the father of modern Indian journalism. And my great-grandmother, so that was my great-great-grandfather. I lose track of which generation is which, but my great-grandmother was the first feminist Bengali novelist. So there have been others, lots of, and they've been published, and so I'm not new to the family in terms of being a writer, but there are many of us. So I started writing very early. My first poem was published at 5, at the age of 5.
Oh my gosh.
But only in a small thing. It wasn't anything major. But I did get into proper writing in my early 20s, maybe before that. I think I wrote for The Statesman before that, which is which has been around in India for a long time. It's a very well-established paper. Then I got into television. And before long I found myself the bureau chief of one of Rupert Murdoch's international channels in East India. I was the bureau chief there. So so it sounds like a long litany of things that I've done, but basically what I'm trying to tell you is it's been done for so long in my family.
I think it's
that
in the blood.
It was a natural, it was something natural to get into. But of course I love it. It's a passion as well.
Obviously. Oh, lovely. So it runs in the family. She's got genes of a writer, actually. Shreya, as a writer, how difficult is to pen down your thoughts and reach out to millions of people out there?
I think as a writer, that's the easiest thing possible. You wouldn't be a writer if the words didn't come to you, if they didn't flow, and if you weren't able to put it lucidly enough for people to connect to. It's that relatability and that bridge that you create between you and the reader. I think what's difficult, very frankly, is all the stuff around it, the lit fests and the promotion and all of that, because writers are reclusive souls. We like our quiet time.
I know.
Having said that, I'm quite a talker. I was a journalist, so I do like talking. So I think, again, like every other writer, I have some schizophrenia going on there. I don't mean seriously, obviously, but so we do have our dual personalities, and that goes into our writing. When we're creating characters, we are that character.
Oh.
So the writing itself, I think it flows easily. I think writer's block is a myth. There are days when you write better, there are days when you write worse, there are days when it falls right into place, days when it glows. And I think it's just about confidence. So there is never a day when there aren't words and ideas, but there might be days when you're a bit low on confidence.
All right. So probably you're saying is like you live those characters in your books, and that's how you express them so well.
Yes, I think we are all our characters. Writers in each of my character is a little bit of me. But of course I draw from life as well, because I'm a journalist as well as a fiction writer. So there is all of that going on.
Awesome. What is your long-term vision for yourself? Like where you want to see yourself in like probably 10, 20 years?
Gosh, 10, 20 years. When I was young, I had
Mm.
plans for my life. A lot went to plan, a lot didn't. I
Mm-hmm.
no longer plan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any grand plans for myself. I want to keep on writing,
Mm-hmm.
writing well, writing with the best in the business as I do. I've got, I was just thinking the other day, and again, I'm not saying it as a boast, but I think I've got hundreds now out there, published work,
Wow.
and with all the top magazines, opera houses, book publishers. So I just want to keep on with that at a steady rate. I enjoy that. It's more than work, it's a passion.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think my main focus now is also on my children. So I have
Absolutely.
I have two kids and a dog, a little
I
puppy,
know.
big puppy actually. And so alongside the writing, if I have a plan at all, is to see my children grow and thrive and be happy and to help them do that. I also am a writer who's very sort of, I'm passionate about some certain causes. And so I want to do my little bit for the world. It's only a little bit, but I
Yeah.
do work with children. I do work with women with regards to literacy and bullying and marginalization and
Yeah.
things like that. So yes, so those are probably my plans for the future. Carry on writing,
Yes, absolutely.
carry on looking after my children and getting them to where they need to be, and doing that tiny bit that I can for the rest of the world.
Wow, amazing. Yes, as a mom and as a career woman, I think sometimes it can be difficult to balance both.
Oh, yes,
and
it's a
again, you
balancing
want to work for
act.
society as well, women, children. So I think your goals are amazing.
Thank
and
you.
I wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any tips for this generation or people out there, your audiences, to improve on writing, especially the younger generation where they are busy with iPhones and tablets? So, do you have any tips like?
I think there are no quick fixes for anything. I think writing is a lifelong journey.
Absolutely.
And I think good writing comes from living life to the full. So you have to live to the full, you have to love people, you have to read, you have to write loads, you have to polish it to perfection. You have to do everything that you love doing and really soak it all in. Good writing comes from absorbing everything around
Right.
you and doing
Yeah.
your best with it. So yeah, I think that's my tip. Just live your life as well as you can. Read loads.
Yeah.
Listen to people. Take it all in. And then write tons and tons. It requires a lot of practice. It's about talent. It's good to start with a bit of talent. It's good to start in an environment where that talent is nurtured. But then after that, it's about polishing and practicing and absorbing.
Wow. So, do you do any? I've seen seen on the Facebook, like you do workshops and all. So,
Yes.
how often do you do that?
Quite often, every other month or so. So I work
All right.
with different organizations. I also teach. I'm not a professor, but I do teach at universities as well. So I
Yeah.
do workshops with them. University of Nottingham.
Oh,
I
wow.
work with Cambridge. There's Nottingham Writers Studio that I do a lot of work with. Nottinghamshire libraries.
Yeah.
So there is a whole range, and if you keep your eye out and Google me, you're
Yeah.
bound to find out what I'm doing next.
Yeah, I will definitely for my kids. Yeah, definitely. We at Women TV UK, we strongly promote and believe women for women. What
Oh,
are your
yes.
thoughts on that?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, women have thousands of years of history of doing everything and carrying the world on their shoulders. And yet we do get pushed aside when it comes to positions of responsibility and power and influence.
Right.
So if we don't help ourselves out, we have to help our own kind. And you will find that it comes back to you. For every woman that you help, a young woman, perhaps when you're my age and you're helping younger women, I do mentor in a very informal way young women writers. And it's necessary, but it's also rewarding. It comes back to you. Not
Yes.
only do you get support and encouragement, but it's also a case of paying it forward and getting paying back for what you've been given as well. Because I have had amazing women who've supported me and encouraged me. There have been men as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
There have been lots of men who have helped. There have been men who have hindered, but then so have women. But women have to stand up for women, because if you don't stand up for another woman, then, it's a bit like karma.
Yeah.
It comes back to you.
Yes,
you
absolutely.
get helped as well in the process.
Yeah. I think as a woman ourselves, we need to come forward and step in and do something. Otherwise, I mean, if we all think that, oh, somebody is going to do, I don't think that's going to happen. We need to
There's
initiate.
another factor as well. I think we understand our problems better than anybody else. We know what it is that's holding us back.
Exactly.
And so with that particular knowledge, we're able to help other women better perhaps than a man might be able to.
Absolutely, because we know what we go through and what we feel. Yeah,
yes,
absolutely. That's so brilliant. Absolutely. Do you have any special message for women watching you today?
I think we kind of have covered those messages. I think always it's about living life to the full, do everything that you can. There will be times when you don't have the confidence, but don't give up.
Yeah.
Accept help, listen to those who know, and that might include formal classes, but in terms of writing, or it might not. It might just be about keeping your ears open. And yes, don't give up. Just carry on and polish your craft to perfection and see where it can take you, because it could take you where you want it to.
One last question.
Sure.
I mean, you are a mom, you're a career woman, you write, I think you do workshops, you're an entrepreneur as well. How do you balance all these roles and looks this perfect?
I don't look perfect at all. You should see me when I'm at home writing. And also, I'm not an entrepreneur. I wish I could call myself that.
Right.
I'm self-employed, yes.
Yeah, you are self-employed, so that's close, yeah.
I'm also an illustrator. I draw.
Oh, wow.
I have had it published by HarperCollins and Hachette as well. And there's a new British anthology coming out with a bit of my work. But, yes, so there's quite a lot going on. But I think for a lot of us women, there's a lot going on. Yeah. We're trying to balance various things and trying to do our best across it all. And that's all I'm trying to do. I don't think I'm doing anything more or less than many other people. And the fact that I have immense support, I must say, from my husband, who does most of the cooking.
Oh, wow.
So he goes out and does his job. He's the main bread earner. He's an excellent financial manager. Then he comes home and he loves cooking. He's better than me. So I always say, well, you know you're going to do a better job. You do it. And he's very happy to do it. Of course, a house is a house and there's so much else to do. The cleaning, the dishes, the children's, and I tend to manage all that. So it's a good division of labor, and that's how it's all possible.
Oh, perfect. So lucky.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Shreya, that was really, really inspirational, and I'm really overwhelmed to hear your experiences, your story, and your journey as a writer. Oh my God, obviously it runs in your family, which is amazing, but I'm really, really honored to have you, and I thank you from bottom of my heart, and wish you all the luck with all your ventures for futures and all. So good luck, Shreya. Thank you so much.
Thank you.